The following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Welcome back to another unfortunate episode of BillsAholic where the Bills, dropped down to 4-3. Not something that me and you predicted going into this season. Sitting here being 4-3 through 7 games this season. So much to sit here and break down. It's not a good week.
More negative than positive.
Way more negative than positive. And that's why we do this podcast, Travis. I told you on the way up. We get to celebrate the wins when they happen. We get to break those down, and then we get to sit here and rant when the Bills play an absolute shitty-ass performance on Sunday in New England and drop an absolute dud.
Yeah, I love it. You got to love it.
It's just the life of being a Bills fan. It's like I went into this season telling you my expectations were so low for this season. Like, I didn't have expectations going into this season because it's just every year it's the same story. It's the Bills win a couple of games, then they drop when they shouldn't, and then they drop another one, or then somebody gets hurt. Dude, it's the same story, different year. Like,
it's our defense every single year.
The defense plays
injured.
They play their ass off. They're down 3 guys. They keep the team in a game. And then the offense, it's just, I'm going to start the rant. I'm going to start it. I told you I wanted to.
I'm here for it.
And I've heard it.
On the way up here, just to let you guys know, I've heard none of this. So this is all coming fresh to my ears right now.
I told you there's a couple of guys that I want to specifically point out after the start of this season. One's the obvious one. It's Coach Dorsey. I mean, I think Coach Dorsey might be one of the worst offensive coordinators in the league. He's very mediocre. Like, he's extremely mid. I don't know how else to put it. He has good moments.
Early on in the season, yes.
But I am going to say they are wasting Josh Allen's career. With that offensive coordinator, they are wasting his career. Josh Allen, I mean, I'm sure if Josh was here, he'd probably tell me I was wrong. I'm just a fan. There's a reason why I'm sitting here and I'm not on the coaching staff. But I will tell you, with Ken Dorsey as the offensive coordinator, I'm not one of those delusional fans. I am normally pretty level-headed when it comes to these things. I'm over it. I am over it. There's nothing he can prove to me that he is a good play caller.
Right.
But I'm going to say it. I hate to cut you off.
Go
I'm going to
ahead.
say it. I got one other guy I want to point out.
Who?
This one's going to be big.
Who?
Sean McDermott.
Okay.
You've been here for 2017 is his first season.
Right.
The Bills make the playoffs. Yeah, they lose in the playoffs. They weren't even supposed to make the playoffs that year, whatever. But he's gone to the playoffs how many years in a row where the Bills have now been dropped out? They were first-round exits against the Texans. All right, that's a heartbreaker. You would have hoped they would have won that game. What did they do the next year? They lose what? The conference championship to the Chiefs.
Yep.
All right, mount up, get some pieces together. Let's go win a Super Bowl. Here we are. They lose again in the divisional round to the Chiefs. All right. Get the shit back together. Mount up. Do it again. They play a pitiful performance against the Cincinnati Bengals. The offense decides to not even show up. And they get dropped out again. And every year, what is something that happens in every single year? It's these mid-season down slumps. And is there a pattern in there? There has to be. Where does that start? Does that start with the head coach? Does that start with the offensive coordinator? We've seen 2 different offensive coordinators where it's been a problem where the team has fell apart. Brian DeBoer is a damn good offensive coordinator. I'm not saying that it was his fault when he was here. But is there a pattern? It's every single year. The Bills go on these little slumps where they play like absolute dog shit.
And it costs us in the end of the season.
It does. It costs you that first seed. Shit, it costs you maybe even the second seed.
Home and field advantage.
Your last little stretch of these games, you're going into the hardest part of your season. I'm getting livid, dude. You're going into the hardest part of the season. And here we are. You're 4-3, and you haven't even played a damn real good football team besides the Dolphins. That's a good football team, the Dolphins, that you beat. Good shit. You beat the Miami Dolphins. 4
touchdowns.
You lost to the Patriots. You lost to the Jets.
Without Aaron Rodgers.
You lost to the Jaguars. The Jaguars, okay, yeah, they're going to be decent. They're going to go to the wild card. They might even win another playoff game. That's not a bad football team.
So they should be 6-1 right now.
They should be. But what did you point out? What's come up? The gauntlet. That's a perfect way to put it. The gauntlet. Sean McDermott. Get your fucking team together, dude.
So this gauntlet we're talking about, it's not when you're dropping teams like this against teams like this, and in about my phone will load. Few weeks. We got week 12. Bills at Eagles. 4:25 game. We got our bye. Finally, our bye in week 13.
Can't lose the bye week.
Chiefs, Cowboys, Chargers, Patriots, Dolphins. Where do you see a game like, oh, that's a win?
Nowhere.
You're not even at this point. I'm not even gonna say it's a win against the Broncos in 2 weeks. I don't.
You're right. You're right. It's sad, but it's true. The Bills have no games left this year where I can sit here and circle it as a win. I know you're not supposed to do that. It's the NFL. It's any given Sunday. It really is. But when it boils down to it, the Bills should not have lost last week. They shouldn't have
been in a close game against the Giants.
It shouldn't have been. And here we are, dude. It's there's something clearly going on with the Bills, and maybe they get it back together. We've been saying they've got the trade deadline. Something's got to give.
I'm saying moves with a capital S at the end of it, not a E.
Dude,
not a move. Moves.
If it's just, dude, it's this. I'm so frustrated. I'm so like, I found a way to maybe like, when we lost to the Jags. Excuse me. When we lost to the Jags, I was kind of able to put it to the side. It was like, whatever. It's a game.
It's a tough team to play.
And then you go and you really struggle against the Giants. And then you drop this game. It's
1-5.
And maybe it's good that we didn't do the podcast right after the game because it would have been a lot worse. But then you have a couple days to really sit there and really think about it. Dude, are we supposed to sit here and be complacent and just be like, you know what, it's all right. We're 4-3. I mean, dude, we're 4-3.
4-3 doesn't cut it in the AFC.
No.
And when the Dolphins are playing like this.
Dude, they're lucky that the Dolphins lost to the Eagles on Sunday. They really are. I mean, to be still one game behind, it's like
it's a miracle.
These losses that they're having are quickly, like I said, they're finding their way to potentially even not even just like forget the 1-2 seed. Right now they're the season they'd be the 7th seed flying down to Miami to play a wild card game. Here we are. I mean, come on, like get your shit together, dude. Like
my thing is, you're going into this season. You're a Super Bowl contender. You're a lock on playoffs. But you're dropping games like this, and you're going in mid-season slumps like this. Chiefs aren't doing it. Eagles aren't doing it. Yeah, the Niners just lost 2 games in a row, but they'll be back. You're just not seeing these teams are consistently dropping 30 points a game, and then you're dropping duds like this against a 1-5 Patriots team. Yeah, I get they're coached by Bill Belichick, hell of a coach, one of the best coaches to ever coach the game of NFL. Yes, they have a good defense. Yes, they're in your division. Yes, you have a long rivalry. But they were 1-5.
Yeah.
1-5. Bottom feeders of the AFC East. And you're dropping a dud of a game like this. I just don't understand. I really don't. And I'm done making excuses for them.
There's no excuses to be made. Just like I told you there was about 3 guys I wanted to call out. There's one other guy I want to call out. And it's that pathetic wide receiver, too, the Bills have, Gabriel Davis.
One catch, 6 yards.
1 catch, 6 yards. And, okay, I get it. Maybe he doesn't get the targets that Stephon Diggs sees. But I'll be damned. Stephon Diggs gets the targets he sees because he gets open. He makes plays.
7-11.
There's nobody else on the Bills right now making plays like Stephon Diggs. And it's evident, dude. Like, shut Stephon Diggs down, you shut the Bills down. It's evident. Somebody needs to step up. It's not going to be Gabe Davis. I mean, because if it was going to be Gabe Davis would have did it. I thought, and correct me if I'm wrong, last year when he had an all right season, I was told, well, let the foot heal. Let the foot heal. He's going to come in. He's going to tear it up. This is going to be a good year for Gabe Davis. Where is he?
The foot's healed. Because,
damn, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I barely see him on the stat sheet. Okay, you had a cool catch against Jacksonville in London. That's cool. We still lost. That's cool. Where were you the whole entire game? Where were you last week against the Patriots? Where were you? I'm going to be honest with you, and this is going to sound bad. I'm kind of glad Dawson Knox is out. in a sense because I'm excited to see what Dalton Kincaid has. I will say out of my one thing that I will take away from the Patriots game that I will be a little positive about is I will say I thought Dalton Kincaid had a pretty good game. He got open for Josh. I think he had 7 catches, and that's promising. I'd like to see that.
He sure did have a National Tight Ends Day.
He did.
He had a good one.
He played all right. He's going to get a good shot. I mean, this should be really a big week for him.
So as Kincaid takes over tight end 1 with Dawson Knox missing a few weeks with his wrist surgery, is he possible the second leading target behind Diggs?
This like you talking about like just
keep going forward.
I think you have to, dude. Like you spend a first round pick on the guy one. Oh my God, I'm still getting over being sick. I apologize. This whole ranting thing is really working the chest up right now.
You need another water?
I'm almost out of this water. But what I will say is, this being said, Dalton Kincaid has to step up. He's a first round pick. You went up and you traded for him. Like you traded up in the draft.
Stolen from the Cowboys.
Stolen from the Cowboys. I'm not even gonna sit here and say he's had a fair shot to be that number 1 guy. But with Dawson Knox out, you got a pretty good shot now. Quentin Morris is hurt. Just make it happen. Like make it happen, dude. I mean, Tank coming in clutch. I normally don't rant like this.
You need me to open it for you too?
We're good. We still got some
okay.
I appreciate it. Just absolutely. Oh, this one's cold. Oh man, that's kind of awesome. Where was I? I was saying, yeah, Dalton Kincaid, man, has got to step up. It's just frustrating, dude. Like I hate to be this guy about Gabe, but I'm over it. I'm so over it, man. Like the Bills' number 2 weapon used to when they had Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley and all those guys. It was nice to have that underneath blanket with Cole Beasley. You just felt like if Stephon Diggs wasn't getting open, Josh at least had Cole. And when Josh didn't have Cole, Josh had Josh. That's the other thing I'm a little frustrated about that I think we're going to get into in a minute. Josh does not seem like he's playing like Josh.
You can hear it in the interviews. You can see it on the field. It's evident that Josh is not Josh right now. My honest opinion, they have him on a leash right now, and it's a short one.
I agree.
It's a short leash.
I agree. I will just say, John Peretti, he actually texted me, and he pointed out something that I wanted to point out, and I will get into this real quick, about Knox being out and what it means for Kincaid. Dawson Knox being out, he says Knox out hopefully means the Bills and McDermott will get their head out of their asses and throw the ball in 11 personnel with Kincaid in the slot. Yeah. You seen what he did when he played in college. The guy was effective. Almost anywhere on the field, but he was effective from the slot, and that's why when we were sitting there watching the draft, we thought like, oh God, like they drafted a guy that's gonna be
plays all over the field,
all over the field. He can work out the slot, and here we are. We haven't seen that. Like if you're an offensive coordinator, I'm not trying to be that guy, but if you're an offensive coordinator and you're a good offensive coordinator and you draft a solid tight end that is good at something like that, why the hell do you not use it? Like, why is it going to take an injury to potentially see it?
Is it the Bills' first round rookies, treating them like rookies, not playing them like first round picks? Because I said this a few podcasts ago. Does that play an effect? Just treating another rookie like another rookie?
I almost just don't even like. It's like, yeah, they probably are treating him a little bit like a rookie. They don't get me wrong. The Bills. They wanna get him involved. And
it was evident last week.
Like
75 yards.
They tried in that 12 personnel 2 tight end set. But when have the Bills been a 2? Like I was excited about it like a couple weeks when we played. Well, about almost a month and a half ago now when we played the Raiders, and it was successful. They ran some 12 personnel. They even ran some 13 personnel. But I mean, it's just so annoying, dude. Like you draft Dalton Kincaid to go do a certain thing, and that's get open for your quarterback. And he does primarily. Like if you watch his highlights, he looked good out of the slot. And I can't even tell you how many times I can probably count on hand how many times we've seen him really play out of the slot like that. Mm-hmm. Like get him involved. I'm so glad John pointed that out. Get him involved. Like it's a perfect point.
My favorite thing about Kincaid is watching him run that little hitch route in the middle of the field, catches it, 5-6 yards, boom.
That's an easy 5-6 yards.
He was doing that all game.
Also, I don't know if you saw the stat. I should have just screenshotted it. Of course, when you're like scrolling on Twitter, I should say X, or when you're scrolling, you see a stat like, and you're like, oh damn, I really want to point that out. Dawson Knox, his drop rate compared to Dalton Kincaid's, like Dalton Kincaid has like 3 pass attempts where they're not completed to him, and like Dawson Knox was teeter-totter around 50% of his passes are completed towards him. That's something. Mind you, yeah, I know there was obviously a wrist injury there, hence the surgery. Who knows how much that was really nagging him, but it's just frustrating, man. It's just so frustrating to watch. But
let's go back to that Josh on a short leash segment for a second, because I want to talk about a thing or two. So 4th and 2, right? End of the game on the Patriots. A couple weeks ago, Josh, he just took it himself, ran it himself. Go out a play action pass, doesn't see anybody downfield, takes off for well over 2 yards. I don't know what it is. Sean McDermott alluded to protecting 17's body. Are they making him a pocket passer? Are they telling him to stay in the pocket, throw somebody open, wait until the route develops, wait until they get open? And they're not letting Josh be Josh.
No.
That's the bottom line.
It does. It seems. It really does seem.
He's
that way.
26. Now is the time to be flying around the field.
27.
Sorry. Did he just have a birthday or something?
I think it was. I don't remember what it was. I think he turns 28 in the offseason. Okay. If I'm not mistaken.
Well, he's 27. This should be now
young. He's a young quarterback.
He's still young.
He's elite. He's in his prime.
He should be flying around the field, making crazy passes. He should be the star of the show, and you're making him strictly into I shouldn't say strictly because he'll run out sometimes, but you're making him to a quarterback that he is not.
I'm going to be honest with you. And you know what? There's like kind of like last year and the last couple of years when we've seen Josh really take these hits and we've seen him run. We were on the other side of it.
But the hits thing, though, you hear him in press conferences. He likes them. That's what gets him fueled up for the game. And he's like, let me get that first hit, and all my butterflies are away. I'm
totally with him getting hit. That's not something I'm against. Like, I understand you want to protect your quarterback, but Josh Allen is a different. I was saying this as
he knows how to take hits. He's not Tua Tagovailoa.
Josh Allen is a different quarterback. Whoa.
Sorry, that was before judo.
I was saying, whoa. Josh Allen is a certain type of quarterback in the NFL. He does certain things that other quarterbacks don't, and that's he is a playmaker. He is, when Josh Allen is on the field and you let Josh be Josh Allen is the best player on the field, and there's not another player that comes close to it. Right or wrong, when Josh Allen is allowed to do what Josh Allen wants to do, he is the best. He's the best player the Bills have ever had. It's frustrating, dude. It's so frustrating. I mean, let the guy do what he does best, and that's be himself. When he's himself,
he is your superstar quarterback.
When he is himself.
Let the game go in his hands.
It's just so frustrating, dude. I'm so, like, you can tell.
Sometimes I wish Josh can just cut off that microphone in his helmet.
I don't know if you heard. There was, like, a little rumor that there was a play that he couldn't hear and that maybe he called a play and it worked. Like, Josh might be a better offensive coordinator than Ken Dorsey is. He probably is.
What else does John have to say?
John hit me up with something else. So let's see. He says, "What are your guys' thoughts on Ken Dorsey's press conference today?" He said that McDermott
I'm gonna be honest with you, John,
say in the offense, and which is obviously why they are addicted to 12 personnel and running the ball, balanced, complementary offense. Is it Dorsey or McDermott not letting him do his thing?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw Ken Dorsey's press conference pop up on my YouTube feed, and I didn't watch it because I was gonna get more pissed off, so I didn't watch it.
John,
but to be honest with you, I did hear that Sean McDermott, I was telling you about on the way up. I did hear about that, and that was actually one of my next topics. Is he giving Ken Dorsey the same treatment as he was giving Leslie Frazier?
That right there. And I didn't think about that the whole entire week until you brought it up. That right there was kind of something I was like, ooh, is Ken Dorsey on a leash? And I'm going to be honest with you, like, it's just this,
the leasher gets leashed.
Whatever is going on there, whatever is going on at One Bills Drive with the coaching staff and the players. I know the players say that it's everything's in house. We keep everything in house. Nothing. There's no big deal going on here. We're just going to focus on ourselves. We're going to do our own thing. It just seems like from an outside, like the outside looking in, that dude, there's just nothing. It just doesn't feel like they're gelling together as like this Super Bowl winning team, like the Super Bowl contending team, I should say. It just seems weird, dude. Like what team? Like you said this. What team has a problem with their offense? Like the Chiefs, they don't have a number one wide receiver. Okay,
and
Rashee
they're
Rice
still
is
getting it
good,
done,
but damn, but they don't even. This is better. They don't even have the offensive coordinator that they've had the last couple of years where they went to the Super Bowl, won Super Bowls. Eric Bieniemy is with the Commanders. Andy Reid, yeah, I know he's an offensive-minded coach. Andy Reid seems to get it done. You don't hear things come out of Kansas City where there's problems.
It's just
Like Kansas City, they're the team to look at because they've lost number one targets. Yeah, okay, they have Travis Kelce, who's the best tight end in football. That's awesome. He is really damn good.
you got
I'm not
Taylor
gonna sit here
Swift
and knock
rooting him
that.
on, so he gets.
You got the Swifties.
Shout out.
But what I will say, shout out Swifties. But what are they've lost players in the past. I mean, this is a team that had the fastest receiver in the NFL, Tyreek Hill, and he walked and went to Miami.
And they
they're
still
fine.
won a Super
And they're
Bowl.
fine. They're fine without him. And the Bills can't get it done with one of the best receivers. They can't get it done with one of the best quarterbacks. Why?
It's just frustrating because I'm gonna be honest with you, we're not even surprised that they dropped the game to the Patriots. We're not even surprised at this point.
You just can't be.
You can't be surprised.
You just can't be. Just like, and this is gonna sound unfortunate. And my I won't say 20 years of watching Bills football, but in at least my 15 years of watching Bills football, this is the first like one of the first games. Even when the Bills were bad, this is one of the first games I'm not excited to go to. Like I'm not gonna say I could care less. I am looking forward to it. It's gonna be a fun time.
I'm watching my
Hopefully the Bills
boys
should
in
win.
person.
But dude, I'm not gonna sit here and hype this game up.
I'm not gonna sit here and be at work and be like, God, I can't wait to go to Highmark Stadium later.
I know. In fact, I might be thinking like, God, I really hope the Bills win, or else if they don't, I'm gonna be pissed off on the ride home, and I'm gonna be going to bed late, and have to wake up early. Like, that has recipe to be a very miserable night if the Bills don't win.
Oh
But no, it's just like the Bills. I went in with no expectations, and now the only thing that sucks is like they just don't have their shit together, and it's pissing me off. It's pissing
like
me
I
off.
said, the bottom line is you're supposed to be one of those powerhouse teams in the NFL, and you're not playing like it. Wake up. Make some trades. Make some coaching adjustments. Do something.
One thing I kind of noticed this weekend, and I apologize if I get a little raspy. I'm dealing with a cold myself.
we're the emerge flu, man.
It's going around.
Chair stuck.
One thing I noticed this weekend was like once the offense makes one mistake, you could tell in Josh's
It
face
ruins the rest of the vibe.
they're out for the rest of the game. What I also noticed is that I feel like they're not playing with that heart like they used to. They don't have that fire. They don't have that desire. They don't have that energy that they used to bring.
And the Patriots
And it's
play with that
evident,
fire.
and the other teams see that and take advantage of that. Once they have like one turnover, fuck it, game's over.
Right.
No energy.
Right, and I will say that's exactly kind of how it felt after the Josh Allen interception to Jabril Peppers on the first play. It was like it just felt deflated, dude. Like you kind of almost felt like right after that throw, it's like, all right, it's one of these games again. Like
Yeah.
that's a perfect point.
And it was.
Like it literally, you can just tell.
Drained.
You could tell once the Bills do something on offense that like they turn the ball over, they go 3 and out a couple times. It just you can tell, bro. Like
Yep.
they just look deflated, dude. That's really like a great point. Like I literally said to myself, and I said it in the basement with everybody in the basement that was there. And I mean, I'm a negative Bills fan. I don't believe in the Bills. Some people, but I'm a realist.
Shots fired.
I'm a realist. Like at the same time, I understand that the Bills, when they get like that, they don't win football games.
No, they
And the other thing I want to point out.
they get down on themselves.
Let me ask you
Yep.
this question:
Perfect way to put it.
why does it take until there's 4 minutes left in a football game when you're down 2 possessions
To start playing with
Five-
some damn fire.
and to move the ball down the field? And this is not the first time we've seen that.
Happens
where-
every single game where it's
where-
too late.
Where I was gonna say where it's in Jacksonville, they almost come back at the end. The Giants, you almost let that game slip away, and then you start to play decent on offense in the fourth quarter.
The Jets.
And then
That's a perfect
Jets.
example too.
and then
They won on a fucking kickoff return.
dude, and then this past week, like what is it, dude? Like I just don't even. I mean, this is the first time.
Do you think it's got something to do with the locker room? Because and one last thing I'll mention about the Patriots game as well. Would love to get your guys' thoughts on it. Because I know we like to attack the offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey. He's not the perfect offensive coordinator, but if you go back and watch that play, nothing was open there. Like, if he would have took some more time to look that way, even though he was staring that way the whole way, Jabril Peppers was standing right there. It's not like he was hiding in coverage or anything. It was he's
You see-
just made the wrong read, I guess. I don't know what happened there.
Well, this goes to my thing too. Josh being Josh, he doesn't see a read. What's he gonna do? He's gonna run out of the pocket, look for some more reads. Oh, I don't see him. Go. I don't get it.
It's brutal. It's brutal. I mean,
Any other time, Josh will scramble and pick up positive yards.
it just feels so.
Maybe he's
different.
in his own head. I don't know.
And that
In his
very
own-
well could be. Like, it just feels so different, dude. It really does. It's
Or you
just
think-
frustrating.
I think he's in his own head because his coaches want him to protect his own body. He's like, God, I can't disobey my coaches.
I
It
mean,
could be any of those things. Honestly,
it
it could
just-
be any of those things.
It just feels I mean, we'll probably never know.
Never.
But
Some point maybe down the road we'll hear more of it after the fact, but
it's just
I don't know.
In the off
It's
season.
tough. Maybe
the slow start's just crazy, man. I mean, like I said, I don't know what it is, man. I want to call Dorsey out because I in the past I felt like he's made good play calls, and then you got like
Then he does
I
this.
really seriously think a lot. The fingers had to be pointed towards Coach McDermott, dude. Like, it's just one thing where it's one thing where it's a season, and last year it was all right. The Bills battled injuries the whole year. They snowed in. They had to play a game in Detroit because they got snowed in. DeMar Hamlin. It's like all this stuff adds up where it's kind of like, you know what? The Bills got the short end of the stick. They took some shit to the chin, and they really had a rough year. Like, okay, yeah, any team would break down at that point. All right, so you let that season go. Years before that, it's like, what are these excuses? And then here we are. And like I said, every single year, you see a team fall apart in the middle of the season. I mean, I can think back to when the Bills almost beat the Chiefs in that 13-second season. The Bills were 7-6 at one point. They lost to Tampa Bay. They played
In overtime.
in overtime. Then they didn't lose another game until they lost in Kansas City. But that team was 7-6. They fell apart in the middle of the season. The year before that, they fell apart in the middle of the season. And then here we are this year, they've fallen apart. Like, and mind you, this just happens to be a little bit earlier than what it's been in years past. But that's something that, like, I just don't think every team goes through. Like, you never see the Chiefs fall apart
No.
like that. You never really see the Eagles fall apart like that. Okay, sure, maybe you're seeing San Francisco have a little bit of a slump right now, but you know they're going to bounce back. It's just like when you look at it, when you look at these teams that are going deep into the playoffs and teams that are winning Super Bowls and teams that are going to the Super Bowl, they don't have these patterns. These head coaches aren't going through these. Their staff isn't going through
Consistency.
this. It's why and I know Pagula and Bean aren't going to ever make some drastic decision to change this franchise like that, but like why does McDermott have why is McDermott always in these slumps? Why is the teams that he coaches always find their way into these like these little losing skids, or where the offense doesn't show up, or where like it's just why like I'm tired of it, dude. Like, I'm honestly tired of sitting back and being that fan that's like, you know what? Like, when I used to see it on Facebook and I'd see fans call out Coach McDermott, or they'd call out, stupid stuff. And I'd be like, oh, that's so stupid, dude. Like just the Bills will be all right. They'll make the playoffs. Okay, yeah, they'll make the playoffs. They're not going to win in the playoffs. And that's with I'm going to say it. Like, I honestly think with Coach McDermott, I don't think the Bills will win in the playoffs. I really just don't.
That's a fair point.
Like, I just don't think, like, what is he showing me to make me feel that he is this great coach? Yeah, trust me, he's given me winning football. He has put me in a position as a fan that I've never felt before he was the head coach. I've never felt that.
I get it.
And it's great.
Can only get you so far.
But I gotta
But
ask
once
the
you
question.
get a little bit of taste of winning in your mouth, you get a taste of
You
that,
want it.
and you want more of it. Not just losing in the first round, dropping a dud in the game right before the Super Bowl.
I gotta ask the question: at what point is not winning a Super Bowl, not making the Super Bowl? What point does that stump making the playoffs? Like, yeah, it's like I'm happy to make the playoffs, but you know what? I'm sick and tired of being the fan that goes on Facebook and gets called out because his team drops playoff games and they don't go to the Super Bowl. They don't make an appearance. They get dropped out in the first round. They get dropped out in the second round. They get dropped out in the conference championship. It's annoying. At what point is that enough?
What point's
What point is it enough? Like, it's just like, yeah, like making the playoffs, is that enough for Terry Pagula to be like, all right, we're complacent, we've made the playoffs,
Shouldn't
that's fine.
be.
Why? Like, why? I'm not like I said, I'm not trying to be that guy. Like, I understand McDermott has completely changed the culture. He's made this.
I respect him.
He's made it a winning organization.
But
as
when
far
are you
as
gonna
making
go?
playoffs.
When are you gonna get over that hump
Exactly,
of going
dude.
to the Super Bowl?
It's every year, dude. It's like we sit in the offseason, we're like, okay, what do we need to address to get to the Super Bowl? at what point do we point the fingers and say, like, we've had decent rosters? You told me before the season that you thought this was one of the better rosters that
I thought it
being put
was.
together. And at what point is it like, okay, maybe, yeah, we're putting together these good rosters, but maybe we need to take a look in the mirror and say, like, is the coaching staff a problem? Because I think they are.
That's a
I
fair
think they
point.
are.
That's a fair point to ask.
I really think the Bills coaching staff is a problem. I think Sean McDermott holds the Bills back as far as what they can do and it's a real shame because Josh Allen, I think, does turn 28 this offseason. I understand quarterbacks can play till they're 40, but dude, we're wasting the heart and prime of this guy's career. This is the best Josh Allen probably will be, and it's just slipping away in our fingertips because I personally I'm not that I think and I want it to be known, like what I'm talking about right now. I'm not saying the Bills need to go fire McDermott tomorrow. I'm not saying that at all. But, like, if this season goes the way that I feel like it could go, and it feels like it is, they're losing the grips of it pretty fast, I think some things need to be addressed. I thought maybe losing to Cincinnati last season, I thought when I was sitting in the parking lot waiting for the lot to clear out, I thought maybe that was enough for me. And I was like, you know what, that's me being irrational. That's me not being a realist. But, no, I think you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, like, if the Bills don't finish this season off the way that they should, something's got to be done. Something's got to be done.
Should be a busy off season for sure.
And I also don't like, because I know there's, like, for instance, John's watching, and, like, John's a realist. He's one of those fans that, like, he understands it. He's not like ass backwards like some of the fans. Like, he understands football. He understands the Bills. I don't want it to be sounding like I'm that guy that's like saying like the season's over and I'm panicking and I think the Bills can't bring this back. Like, yeah, the Bills can pull this shit back together and really make something of it. They can, and hopefully they do. Obviously, like, that's something that me and you sit here and we want the Bills to win just as much as the next. But you have to just look at it like there's a pattern every single year, and it's scary, dude. It's scary because it's an every year thing. It's not like something where it's hit and miss. It's every single season the Bills find themselves in a slump, and it's just a matter of time till the Bills, find themselves in the playoffs again. And McDermott did get that extension through 2027.
Yeah, him and Bean.
Yeah. Well, and I'm not gonna sit here and say like I don't think Bean's as much of the problem as
he's bringing in the talent.
I'm gonna say as much as
he's doing what he can do.
I'm worried about McDermott, but that's a good point. He did sign the extension, so that does kind of lock us a little bit.
Question I have too: do you think it's too much for him to handle? Maybe taking on the defensive coordinator role and the head coaching job. Do you think that has anything to do with?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have a problem with the defense like that. I really don't.
Well,
but it can be a tough task with the head coaching. A lot of weight on your shoulders. That's a lot of hours in the office. That's for sure.
Well, the one thing that does make me a little bit nervous, like, I mean, he kind of did say, I think McDermott at one point, like, I don't remember if it was the Giants game or if it was not this past week, but where there was, like, the offense had a play, and McDermott openly admitted, like, he was on the sidelines coaching up the defense and didn't even see, like the play, like, because when the reporters asked him a question, I was like, I didn't even see it, like, I was on the sidelines, like, coaching up the defense. It's like, dude.
I get it.
Bill Belichick doesn't have these problems. Right around, like, does Bill Belichick have coaching staff problems like that?
You're not wrong.
So,
and he's the GM too.
Yeah, I was gonna say he has a lot on his plate, and he finds a way to get it done. Maybe McDermott just has too much on his plate. It's just funny, man, because God, that seemed like a conversation where I was a fan that said like, no, McDermott can handle it, but who knows? Maybe I was wrong, and maybe here we are.
Another thing too, you mentioned Brandon Beane maybe not getting so much of the blame here, but at the same time, you got to go get those other pieces, bro. You got to buy in. And I think you guys talked about it a couple weeks ago, but even before the season started, it's like, at what point do you get to, because it's either Super Bowl or bust at this point, right?
It's got to be.
So why don't you potentially do something similar to what the Rams did? Bring these guys in, like around this time
I
a
did
couple
say
years
that
ago.
last season.
Around this time a couple years ago is when they brought Von Miller in.
Mm-hmm.
Now you gotta go out there and get somebody. There's teams going to be selling. Sell your pieces, man. You need to go buy that Super Bowl. You're getting to a breaking point.
I think
I did say that once before.
I think you're right.
I think I would sell. I think I would personally, me. I think I would sell the next 5 seasons just to win 1 Super Bowl.
Oh, as a Bills fan.
Well, as a Bills fan, yes.
As a Bills fan,
but like
as a football
for
fan,
any team,
I would.
I think
would
at this point,
easily.
maybe like last year, me No, I want to stay good for years like the Patriots did. But right now, yeah, I'm not feeling that same feelings.
Well, it's just because like I think as Bills fans, we can all tell like, all right, like this, it's the reality, and so a couple like, all right, right after the conference championship, it just when the Bills lost to the Chiefs, it just felt like okay, the Bills are a couple pieces away from getting over this thing and being in the Super Bowl, and there was like that feeling, like you felt it, dude, right in your chest, dude. It's like the Bills, they're gonna go out, they're gonna make the move, they're gonna beat the Chiefs, and they're gonna be in the Super Bowl, and then like I said, these past 2 years go by, and it's like you just feel like the Super Bowl is slipping away. Like that Lombardi Trophy is just slipping away from you, and you're getting farther and farther, and you need to make up some ground and go out and get a guy. I really hope the Bills are buyers this week. We're down to the last week. This is the week where it'll happen if the Bills are going to make a move, and hopefully next Tuesday we're talking about some potential moves. So hopefully.
Yeah, I want to thank you for bringing up that topic because that Eagles trade.
Yep. That's a prime example, right?
It's a prime example. They just traded a backup safety and 2 mid-round picks for an all-pro safety. For a legit dude. And they're a 6-1 team, only getting better. That's a team that wants to win. And like I said before, they're in the same cap situation as the Bills are.
Yep.
They're still low on money, and they're still getting trades done for an all-pro player. Why aren't you being aggressive like that? Please tell me.
It blows.
They're
my mind.
6-1, and they're still trading for all pros.
It blows my mind because like it does. It's like, dude, why don't the Bills make a move like that? Not saying Kevin Byard specifically. I'm not saying that, but you're right. Like what's stopping the Bills? Like exactly. Like the only move that I mean, Brandon Beans really did. Yeah, okay, he got Naeem Hines last year. Cool, whatever. The only move that he's done since he's been a general manager at the trade deadline that was even remotely exciting at the time was Kelvin Benjamin, and that turned out to be a dud. Like, he was a Popeyes biscuit away from being a tight end by the time the Bills got him, and I don't know.
I just don't understand. You got the Eagles over here, legit Super Bowl contenders, and they're still making moves. And you got the Bills that are supposed to be legit Super Bowl contenders, and they're just sitting back playing with their thumbs. I don't understand. You need to go out. You need to get a corner. You need to get a wide receiver too. Maybe a linebacker. You need something.
These guys are out there too. That's the thing.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. There's teams losing. There's the Broncos.
You can't tell me the Broncos. I know every podcast we said it.
There's even the Titans.
I will say, like, Ben, who we had on the podcast.
DeAndre Hopkins. I heard that he's a trade target.
I will say that you can't tell me Pat Surtain's probably not up for grabs from Denver. Like, the price is right. It's got to get done.
It's with every player, bro.
Like, I get it.
I mean, other than those elite quarterbacks, but
everybody has a price.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's got a price.
Like,
you just gotta reach out and call.
Like, make
it doesn't
something
hurt.
happen, dude. Like, make an altering trade.
What's the worst you can get told? No.
I'm saying, if there's a Bills fan that says that the Bills should make a trade at the deadline, then you don't want to win a Super Bowl. You clearly don't want to win. Like, because, like, I at this point, you're so right, dude. Like, the Bills they're not, these first-round picks, I want it to be, like, also known, these first-round picks aren't top 10, 15 picks where they're getting their hands
Get them out of here.
No, you're going to be
like,
20s pretty much.
Yes, every year. As long as we're playing like this.
Like, I'm sitting here thinking, like the Bills, we've sat here and talked about how, okay, Brandon Bean's first-round picks are rather questionable, and so fucking trade the picks. Like, if you're not hitting on them, trade them.
And if players like Kevin Byard, like a legit safety, are going for like 5th and 6th round,
exactly
for a first round pick, are you kidding me?
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. This isn't Madden. This isn't Madden, bro. That's what pisses me off. Is like in the NFL, in the real world, these first, second, third, these third, fourth, fifth round picks, they mean something.
Value. That's passer
exactly.
value. Late first rounder.
But I will say these picks, they mean something in the NFL. Where in Madden, okay, they don't care about third and fourth round picks, but in the NFL, they do.
They do.
So send them. Get somebody on the Bills. I will constantly say, I'm so glad you brought that up, that they traded for some late round picks for him, because it's just like, bro, okay, send some of these late round picks and get some of these guys in here so we can have a shot at this thing, a realistic shot.
I'll tell you, those Vikings, they have a few players on defense I would like.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
What?
Are you gonna say Harrison Phillips?
I wasn't gonna say.
Okay,
Harrison
I was gonna say
Phillips.
because I don't want Harrison Phillips.
I don't want to hear. No, there's a few guys on that team I would like. Like I would like Eric Kendricks. Or is he on the Rams?
He's on the Chargers.
Chargers. Sorry.
Should reach out for him anyway.
Reach out for him anyway. Did he just move to the Chargers this offseason?
Yeah, that's fairly new. He wears number 6.
6.
I mean, there's Daniel Hunter. There's
exactly. Go trade for those guys.
well, here's a team that comes to mind now. You got to think of teams that like spent like pretty much their whole future in first round picks. Why don't you think of the old Brandon Beane, Sean McDermott home, Carolina Panthers? They sold everything they had to Chicago Bears to get Bryce Young, and
Yes.
Send them a first round. Go get Brian Burns.
Exactly.
Their defense is loaded, bro.
Exactly.
They're gonna be sellers.
Go start calling those defensive-minded teams. Like I don't even want them. But the Titans are out here shopping DeAndre Hopkins. Well, I do want DeAndre Hopkins, but they're out here shopping Derrick Henry too.
Look,
They are shopping.
Look, and I will say this: the best part about DeAndre Hopkins is last season you were like, okay, like how much money is he really gonna want? I'm pretty sure if I heard correctly, all the salary that's due left for DeAndre Hopkins is like $1.48 million.
Go after him. Make a call.
Like that is an easy decision. They know they're not going to get a really high pick for a guy like DeAndre Hopkins at this point. That's a guy that you could send like a 3rd or a 4th round pick, and I'm sure. To me, if I'm the Titans, sign me up. He clearly doesn't want to play football there.
No. Why would you right now?
Come on, like just. That's a perfect guy right there. That's a guy that was linked to the Bills all offseason, and you're telling me, dude, if you could have told me that you could have him for at least the back half of the season.
He's not playing his best football in Titans, and that's understandable. But I promise you,
he will fit in the Bills.
He will
offense.
flourish in this Bills offense. I guarantee you, he will.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Diggs on one side, Hopkins on the other.
How do you defend that?
Kincaid in the slot, James Cook in the backfield.
Fuck, throw Latavius Murray.
Throw Latavius in the backfield.
Latavius Murray, because I'm gonna give Latavius Murray some love here.
He's been nothing but nice for us.
God, like
throw Deontay Hardy on the other side right here. He's making some plays.
Don't throw Trent Sherfield though, because he seems to
He's
not show up.
I was excited about that move, and the Bills aren't doing nothing with him.
Oh, then when he played his old team.
Yeah, and that was expected.
Yeah.
Every player shines against their old team. I was excited. That was one of my favorite free agent signings this year was Trent Sherfield.
Really?
Because what he did in that Dolphins offense last year, and all the Dolphins players on offense were like, they were butthurt that he left the Dolphins, and they were butthurt that he chose Buffalo. Yeah. So I was very excited for Trent Sherfield, and the Bills, they're just not doing anything with him.
Let's make some calls, man. Let's make your calls.
Make this is the week to do it.
Make some calls, and
I hope Brandon Beane's putting in overtime. I hope he's
use them properly.
Speaking of making calls, Travis, there was something that I said. When did I say it to you about Dre Greenlaw?
A couple days ago, I said I didn't see it, and then last night I
don't know
finally
how
saw
true
the
it
post.
was. There was a couple 49ers pages that leaked it out that the Bills tried to make an offer for Dre Greenlaw.
And of course, the 49ers would say no.
I'm not sure.
Of course they would.
I'm not sure how true that was, but if that's true, okay, that gets me a little bit excited to go after a guy like Dre Greenlaw.
And that's one of those examples. What's the worst thing that you can get told?
No. Like, all right. Oh, Dre Greenlaw's not available. All right, that's fine.
It's understandable. You guys got the best. You guys got one of the best defenses in the league, and you guys got arguably the best.
Got to call and do my due diligence.
Linebacker duel league.
Yeah, but
this is the last week of it.
I mean, it's just.
It's just frustrating.
It's like we're beating a dead horse at this point, but it is just frustrating. I mean, you got to make a move. This is the week to do it. Like we said, this is the week to do it, man. That's kind of crazy. I did not think we spent almost 45 minutes just kind of
45 on the dot. Yeah.
45 minutes just kind of breaking down.
Well, it had to be said.
The game, and like I said, there was a lot of frustrations going into this, and that's why I honestly love doing the podcast because it's an open space. You get to vent out, really get out how you feel, and here we are just sitting, and I'm feeling a little bit better, and hopefully I'm feeling a little bit better going into our pick'ems phase here. Hopefully I do better this week. All right, it was a bad week for the BillsAholic pod.
It was a bad week for the Bills, bad week for BillsAholic pod.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I went 4-9 and you went 5-8. whatever.
Still 6 games behind.
Well, now I'm 6 games behind. I went 5 games.
Well,
I was
he
5
was
games behind
5,
last
but
week.
no,
6 games
he's
behind this week.
6.
Yeah. So let's jump right into this thing. I mean, Buccaneers at Bills. We never thought we'd have to scratch our head at this game, and well, we
Oh,
find ourselves in
God.
kind of a little bit of a pickle here at 4-3. What are they? Are they 4-2? 3-3. I was say I thought they had a bye week already.
Yeah, they did.
All right, so Buccaneers at Bills. We're a Bills podcast, so we're almost inclined to take the Bills, right? I mean, week 1 I didn't take them. Is this a week where?
I'd love to go to Highmark Stadium and the Bills win so I can go home happy.
So you're gonna put it on the universe?
Yeah. But then again, that Bucks offense isn't looking too bad.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield, man. Same draft class as Josh. He might have something to say.
That's a good point.
It is.
He was the first overall pick that draft.
It is a little bit interesting here.
Yes, we really are taking this long of a time on him.
And we shouldn't have to, but understandably, I mean, the people know. They know why we have to. at
Who's
this
the
point.
offensive coordinators?
Oh, jeez.
I already know ours, and I don't like
Well,
it.
it's funny because I said that about last night's Monday night matchup, and completely forgetting that Kirk Cousins was on Washington when Kyle Shanahan was there, so he probably knew the ins and outs of everything there. So, got to think about that as well.
Yeah, so that's being said, our offense coordinator is Ken Dorsey. And so that means we're shit out of luck.
All right. I like it. I'm going Bills. I'm gonna go Bills. I just don't. I really can't see.
I don't want to see the Bills lose. I can't see the Bills lose 2 weeks in a row. I just can't see it.
I don't think you. So my honest opinion about this game is, I think the Bills do get out. I don't think the offense is overnight is going to be fixed. I mean, it's been what? I mean, at that point it'll be almost 4 days since the Bills have last played. I don't think the offense is going to be completely fixed in 4 days. So don't expect the Bills offense to come out there and have a great game. But I think they get enough done. I think they do enough to win the game, and they win by like a possession or something, maybe a touchdown or a field goal. Won't be anything huge. It's not going to be this big blowout. The Buccaneers are playing a little bit better, but I think the Buccaneers give the Bills a hard time. Bills offense doesn't click back yet, but they do enough just to win the game. That's my honest opinion.
I would love to say Bills by a billion, but Bills by a field goal.
All right, so we're gonna agree. That's pretty damn. That's a pretty damn close. Damn.
Bills by a field goal.
He also got a comment from Moranto saying, "Let Josh be Josh. Dorsey, get him out of here."
I wish Moranto was here. Moranto, I wish he was here, man. This would be perfect. I can't agree with him anymore. I can't even agree with him anymore.
I love the scheme. I love it.
Hold on. Before I will say again, John coming in clutch.
He's writing your paragraphs over there.
He loves it. I'll try to make y'all feel a little tiny bit better, but the Bucks caused 3 red zone turnovers and they lost the game. So,
Are the Bills
knock
gonna
on
be
wood, the Bills don't really turn the ball over in the red zone very often.
No.
So hopefully, the Bills just get it done in the red zone and they don't turn over the ball. But John has a good point. The Buccaneers didn't capitalize on those 3 turnovers and they still didn't win. So that brings us into the Battle of the Meadowlands.
The Battle of the New Jersey.
We got the Jets and the Giants. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Tyrod Taylor
He's looking nice.
Tyrod Taylor did get it done. It wasn't. I don't know if you caught any of that game. 14-7 wasn't exactly the highest scoring game, but as Tyrod Taylor,
I did pick the Giants though
yeah,
last
you did.
week.
I
I
picked the
did.
Commanders. As we all know, Tyrod Taylor. Oh my God, Tyrod Taylor doesn't do enough to win football games, but he does enough to keep your team in football games. He happened to do just enough to get it done this past week. Are you rolling with him again?
Not rolling with the Giants this week.
That's a good defense. That's a really good defense they're playing.
It is a really very good defense, and I have the Battle of the New Jersey's going to the Jets this week.
So I am gonna agree only because
It was a tough game to go back and forth with.
I just don't see the Jets really giving this one up. Like, no matter who their quarterback is, their defense just, I think, gives Tyrod too hard of a time.
Is it in Is it in MetLife?
Is it in MetLife? I might have to look into that one.
Who's the offensive coordinators? No.
Might have to look into that one. Yeah, no. So
Shit. Is it a former Bill?
Chad Hall's the wide receiver coach, right?
Yeah, Chet Hall is the.
Oh yeah, because Chad Hall is the Jacksonville Jaguars wide receiver coach.
Good looking out.
I just can't believe he went from wide receiver coach to wide receiver coach. That might be a red flag.
Hey, he got his revenge.
So there might be some red flags there. So
Well, we'd love to know after the podcast.
it's kind of funny. We're actually getting into Chad Hall's Jaguars right here at Steelers. That's the game we got right here. Jaguars at Steelers. I'm jagging
Oh,
off.
I'm jagging off.
I'm jagging off here. Jags.
Jagging off all weekend.
Yeah, I think the Steelers are way too inconsistent, and it's been a roller coaster ride for them. I just don't see them beating the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, this game's in Heinz Field, but
I think this has potential to be this week's sneaky good game.
it'll be a sneaky good game. And we might even be able to sit and watch it. Who knows? That might be something that we get to watch. It seems like it's a primed for CBS 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, give me the Jags.
All right. Eagles at Commanders. No way the Commanders beat the Eagles, right?
Unless your name's the Bills.
And I think the
They
Eagles.
gave them problems last time.
They did.
They did, but I think the Eagles find a way to get this one done.
Give me the Eagles.
I'm gonna
They
say
look
I'm not-
they look solid.
I had that one already down. There was no way.
There's no
Travis
way.
was going against the
There's
Eagles.
no way I'm going to Commanders.
So, no splits so far. Rams at Cowboys. I'm gonna go Cowboys. The Rams are starting to pick it up.
Cowboys heavy favorites too.
Heavy.
Rams, I Puka Nacua
Puka and Cooper and yeah, they're looking nice, but I don't think they're gonna shine against this Cowboys defense. I think this is the week they're both gonna get shut down.
I would actually agree. Vikings at Packers. Do you got go Pack go, or do you got the Vikings? I'm rolling with the Vikings. They're coming off the hot hand here with the 49ers.
I'm not picking against the Vikings 2 weeks in a row.
All right, yeah.
Jordan Addison. I bet you Vikings fans can't wait till Jettis comes back.
I know.
Just with that, oh my God, this could be a nasty duo.
He had
Oh
a game
my
last night.
God.
I have him in fantasy, so that was kind of nice. That brings us Falcons at Titans.
Artie Smith revenge game. Expect a lot of runs and looks to Jonnu Smith.
I might just start him this week. I took him out of my lineup today. I'm gonna have to put him right back in. I did see earlier today that the Titans, if Ryan Tannehill is a no-go, Malik Willis and Will Levis are splitting reps.
Give me the Falcons.
I made this list at 2:22 p.m. Give me the Falcons.
No splits so far, but sometimes that's all right. Patriots at Dolphins.
We want the Dolphins to lose,
It's not happening.
but it's not happening.
You think the Dolphins are going to lose after coming off a tough loss last week? I think Mike McDaniel and the Dolphins bounce back. I really do. It sounds like we're going Dolphins.
I'm
Here,
going Dolphins.
This is one of our faster pick'ems, but it seems like
There's a lot of
Flying through.
Saints at Colts. Give me the Colts.
Give you the Colts. I picked
Hey,
the
that
Colts.
offense is rolling.
It is
I'm
rolling.
gonna be honest with you. I feel like I teeter and totter back and forth with the Colts,
I do.
and I took the Browns last week.
I took the Colts last week.
I was almost wrong.
You picked the Colts this week. I'm going the Saints.
Oh,
Hey, you want to hear a cool stat?
Oh, damn it.
Gardner Minshew
has he never lost the
is
Saints?
one of only 2 quarterbacks this season to throw for 300 yards, have 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns. Guess the other quarterback. Who's the man?
Oh, so 300 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yep.
This season.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony
that?
Richardson.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Oh, okay, all right.
I thought
Was
since
that
he
this
got
past? Was that this past week? That
Yes,
game that he
sir,
just
yeah.
had.
I thought since he had that hot start.
And the final
Close,
game,
so close.
the final game of the 1 p.m. slate. I'm gonna get. By the way, I gotta give your Colts some love, man. They almost had me down an extra game. Like I would have lost another game, dude.
I would have been ahead.
2 games
One
this
more.
last week. Thankfully, the Browns pulled that one out.
Yeah, you can thank the refs for that one.
You definitely can. That gives us the final 1 p.m. slate game: Texans at Panthers. And C.J. Stroud's just going to keep rolling, huh?
C.J. Stroud versus Bryce Young. 0-6 Panthers.
And I don't think the Panthers are getting their first win here.
Nope.
So give me the Texans.
Give me C.J. Stroud and the Texans.
All right, man. That's it. That's it for the 1 p.m. slate. Gives us our 4 p.m. slate. Browns at Seahawks.
Deshaun Watson, what's his injury? Do you know? Did he come back in the game?
So the thing that happened to with Deshaun Watson was
I know
he was ruled out for concussion protocol, but then he cleared concussion protocol, and I believe the Browns still held him out and had P.J. Walker start over him.
Mm-hmm.
So they scare me with their quarterback situation because their defense is phenomenal, but they scare me with their quarterback situation.
Yeah.
You never know if Deshaun Watson's playing, if P.J. Walker's playing. Shit. You never know if DTR is going to come in. I find it hard to pick the Browns here because Seattle is, I feel, a little bit more well-rounded as far as how they play as a team, and that's in Seattle, and we know how those 12s get down. I am going to go Seahawks here. I think that's a safe.
I went
think
Seahawks.
it's a safe bet.
Is DK Metcalf out this week again?
Not 100% sure.
Because that's the only thing that's going to be.
Yeah.
But they didn't have a problem last week, so I mean.
No, and also, I'm not sure if you guys mentioned it, but Watson is questionable as well.
Yeah, and that was just like part of my problem is their inconsistency at
I go
quarterback.
Seahawks then.
Yeah, their
just because of that reason. It's like what
their
you're saying.
inconsistency at quarterback does really scare me away. That brings us into our next game. This has a lot of potential to be a solid game. Bengals at 49ers. Travis, I'm gonna say it. I think we might have a split here. I'm going Cincinnati. I think the 49ers lose 3 straight games.
3 straight games.
I think the 49ers lose this week. I think Joe Burrow does
Go
enough
put it
to
on
get
the
the
board.
job done.
You can erase our bolt up thing. That wasn't a very good prediction by Ben and I. They bolted down, that's for sure.
I think it's a safe. I'm not gonna say a safe bet, but I like it.
I just don't see the 40. I don't see it. I'm going to trust my gut here and go 49ers. I love this is a game that we can split, though, because this can be a stinky good game. The Bengals are coming off their bye week, too. So they're well-rested.
They're well-rested. Before that bye week, we did see them start to kind of get things going. And the 49ers, are they in a little bit of a Sean McDermott and the Buffalo Bills slump? Who knows? We'll figure out. And then that brings up Chiefs at Broncos. Chiefs at Bronc. I never bet against the Chiefs here. I'm gonna have to go.
Especially against the Broncos.
I'm gonna have to go.
I'll pick the Broncos in 2 weeks.
Hey, we had a coach, almost Andy Reid, on yesterday. He said Pacheco. And he says it's gonna be a bunch of orange. It's Halloween. It's gonna be a scary sight.
We have him on.
I love Pacheco, bro. He just runs so
Emerge.
damn hard, man. He runs like the ground. Like I said, he runs like the ground slapped his mother or something.
Hopefully for our Merge Fantasy League, he shows up.
Oh, and for that Bengals 49ers game, John Peretti again coming in clutch. Debo's ruled out already, so.
Yeah, it's his second straight week.
So just so everybody's aware, the pick was already made for Travis. He's still going Niners.
I'm sticking with it.
Ravens at Cardinals. Ravens really got it done last week. Those Detroit Lions that everybody says are super scary and super tough in that
I
NFC
sipped
North.
the Lions again.
Can't sip that Kool-Aid, huh? Give me the Ravens.
Yeah, give me.
I'm sipping that Ravens Kool-Aid, man.
There should be no expectation. Whatever.
You
get it. There should be no argument.
That Ravens Kool-Aid, I'm sipping on it because that team's legit. Bears at Chargers Sunday Night Football. Lamar Jackson proving me wrong. I said him and Justin Fields are some of my least favorite quarterbacks in the NFL. Lamar Jackson got it done against a good defense, and he got it done. Yeah,
16-1 against an NFC team now.
Yeah, that's a stat, man. That's a crazy stat. Bears at Chargers Sunday Night Football. The last game on Sunday.
Gross.
The Bears are gonna lose.
Oh,
Give me the Chargers.
I was about to say let's split it up. Let's go Chargers. Hopefully, because I really want to see this young wide receiver shine, Quinn Johnston. He has a lot of potential. Hopefully they got a little bit more involved last week. I hope they get him more involved this week. Let's go Chargers.
And that brings us to the final game of this week's Weekly Pick'ems. Raiders at Lions. No way the Lions lose 2 weeks in a row, right? No way they lose at home in front of those
Still
fans.
sipping that Lions.
They just got their asses whooped by the Ravens. You think Dan Campbell and those Lions want to lose again, especially in front of those home fans on primetime TV? God, no. Lions. I think that's an easy one.
Lions.
But
Still sipping.
Not a lot of.
Two.
I would say there's only 2 splits.
Niners and Bengals.
Not a lot of room for me to make up ground,
Saints
but
and
we
Colts.
can slowly make up ground. That's fine. We can slowly make it up. I like it. I like it this week, man. Just a little record update, just 'cause I know it's tough to see on the board. Travis going into this week 8 or week 7? Week 8, right? Week 8. 61-34. That's pretty damn good. And I'm 55-40. And our guests are 10-5-1 because of Jack. Jack did have that crazy Browns pick. So yeah, I'd say Travis, I got some catching up to do. I got to start catching up pretty soon here. The season's dwindling down faster than one would hope. But yeah, Bengals over the 49ers is the big. You heard it here first from Chris. Bengals over the 49ers. I don't think that that's too far-fetched either. I think that that's something that's realistic.
Game.
I do think that that's something that's realistic. Travis, kind of hoping, and I will get right into this segment because it is one of my favorite. Travis, you're 4 for 4 on Who's the Man, so am I. At what point do we see somebody lose this segment? At what point is somebody going to finally not be perfect? I think hopefully we're about to find out.
Check it out.
Who's the man? Who's the man? You got me going first?
Yeah, you go first.
All right, we'll jump right into it. This player went to school for LSU.
LSU. I'm not good at these colleges. Every time. LSU. What's that? Oh, I thought you were about to say something else.
I just like chiming in and like, oh, I think
like
I
it.
know. I think
I
I
like
know.
it.
Just so you get
I like
the
it.
juices get flowing.
I like it.
LSU.
Just let me
College.
know when you want me to go number 2.
College LSU. I know it's because it's a college that everyone comes out of in the first round. Is this a first round pick?
I don't know.
All right. I'm telling you that was my cue of telling you to go on the second pick.
Okay, second. Undrafted out of the 2016 draft.
Well, that doesn't help me. Undrafted out of 2017? Wait, what did you say?
2016.
Oh, 2016 LSU. LSU 2016. It's not Robert Foster. Because he went to Alabama, right?
Yep, Alabama prospect.
LSU
2016.
Fairly new.
So let me know when you want number 3.
LSU.
Not that it's gonna. I don't think it'll give it away, but.
No, I'm usually a 4 to 5
Yeah.
pick guy.
So do you want me to do number 3?
Yeah,
for
go
you?
3.
This player is only played for the Bills.
Of course he has, because he's undrafted. 2016 undrafted, only played for the LSU.
Thinking he's still active. Yep.
Who knows?
He's still active.
Who knows? Does he play for the Bills right now, or is he a free agent?
You got to be able to read body language, Travis.
I wasn't looking over there. I was looking at the camera.
The good news is you'll find out in a couple minutes if he's active or not.
Mhm.
I'm thinking the way he said he may or may not be on the Bills. He might not be playing for them right now.
He just might be a free agent.
Because I've been watching a
Who
lot
knows?
of.
He's smiling.
I've been watching a lot of what's his name, Oz or O's, whatever that mind
Doc.
reader dude. Been trying to pick up on his tactics. I'm trying to
He
use it right now.
smiles.
I'm a big smiler.
He's-
Let me know when you want number 4.
Give me 4.
Has a brother in the NFL that plays the same position.
Why am I drawing a blank right now? I'm trying to go through the brothers.
Obviously, you're thinking Diggs, but that's
No.
not it.
Well, at first, for some reason, I was thinking Edmonds because he has 2 other brothers, but
You just let me know when you want
he's
number
only
five.
other Edmund. He's only Edmund on the Bills,
And he wasn't drafted in 2016.
and he wasn't. No, not at all.
Huh. I feel like we're overthinking this.
I feel like I'm thinking this a lot.
Yeah, Chris, he's smiling. Yeah, we're overthinking it.
We are overthinking.
You just give me let me know when you want number 5. It's-
I know.
This is kind of a hint that almost, if you don't get it here, I don't know if this is gonna help because you
No.
know the year. But I'm gonna give it to you. Number 5
Travis. I know.
has
who it
played under 2 different Bills head coaches, and that's all you get. Those are the
is.
5.
I know who he is.
I'm still drawing.
I'm watching his mouth over there.
Yeah.
You keep your eye on that camera right there, boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the
I'm
rule?
over-
Remember we said that we were gonna implement a rule of
Yeah.
how long he has.
Where's
here
your
after
clock?
The fifth guess.
Fuck, we
So,
forgot
I'm gonna give him 30 seconds. All right.
When do we start?
I'm still.
Yeah, I
drawing
got
a
it
blank.
started right here. It's going. We're at a second right now.
I'm drawing a blank.
I can't give you a guess. Fuck.
Did somebody in the fan?
Nah, I didn't say nothing.
Oh.
I didn't say nothing.
I'm
I thought you said somebody commented.
I'm so lost. Just
Dun, 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 dun.
Travis, you're overthinking.
I am overthinking it. Just give it to me. Go ahead.
You lose this week.
I do lose this week.
Reed Ferguson.
Yep.
Oh,
Reed Ferguson.
that's a
When
good one.
you dropped the brother one, the brother.
His brother plays down in Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blake.
Oh,
That'll
be a good clip.
We didn't get it on camera.
Was it?
no, we didn't get that on camera.
You got a concussion, bro? Goddamn.
I'm in concussion protocol.
Holy shit.
Oh, no way we didn't get that one on camera. Travis goes
I was getting
protocol.
Travis's reaction from losing that one.
Yeah, Blake. That's a good one. Reed.
You know,
I am overthinking.
I
it.
was worried to go with an active Bills player.
And I almost said fan favorite. I would have gave that away.
Fuck. All right, you ready for yours?
That would have actually been so funny if we got that on camera because it really didn't hurt as bad as it sounded.
It sounded bad.
All right, Clemson.
Clemson, Mike Williams.
Wouldn't that be some shit? I would drop my phone.
Well, Clemson makes me think of one guy right off the bat, but I know you don't have the balls to go with him. All right, number 2. Oh my God, C.J. Spiller.
Oh my God, you no.
Ah.
Psych.
All right.
Who do I not have the balls to go?
Well, you definitely wouldn't go Sammy Watkins.
Oh, I definitely would not go Samuel
I think you already
Watkins.
did.
Somebody,
One of you did.
One of us did
Somebody
Samuel
did.
Watkins.
I think it was when we had Jack and Ben on the
Yeah,
podcast.
maybe. Someone said he had a.
Oh, it was from the
Yeah,
card,
yeah.
I think. I think it was from the
Oh,
card.
yeah.
All right, number 2.
Career history: 4 teams: Buffalo, Carolina, Pittsburgh, San Fran, Bills twice. Second time was either just the offseason or practice squad.
Wow. Drafted. So first team was he played for the Bills. That was in order.
Yep.
Can you say the teams again?
Oh, was it? Yeah. Buffalo, Carolina, Pittsburgh, San Fran, Bills twice. Second time, he wasn't actually on the team. So he was either practice squad or he was just there for the offseason.
I got an idea.
I have a guy in my head, but all right, number 3.
Only has 2 touchdowns. 1 rushing, 1 receiving.
No, you lost me.
In his NFL career?
Yes.
Oh man, he wants to make me 4 for 5. Fuck, I gave him an alley oop, an easy one.
Your next 2 are going to be easy. So
I actually don't have it though off this 3.
4. Round 6, 2018.
All right, now that helps. Now that definitely helps.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Ray McLeod.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
So I was thinking.
I went hard then soft. I should have kept going hard.
Should have kept going hard.
Always go hard.
I will always go hard. Noted.
5 for 5. Finally, I'm beating.
He really only has a little. Because I thought you lost me with the touchdowns.
He did lose me with the touchdowns.
I even looked it up on a couple sources, and it said
Yeah, because
Hey,
the whole way I was going to Ray, but then you dropped that. But the touchdowns I'm thinking of maybe punt returns.
probably.
So, shout out Ray.
He caught Josh Allen's first preseason touchdown, man.
He's playing decent ball right now.
Yeah.
Caught a couple passes last night. Man, I honestly thought when I picked Reed Ferguson, I was like, uh-oh. I was like, here we go.
It was a good one. I wasn't thinking a long snapper. I'm over here picking wide receivers and
6-1 in the Emerge Fantasy League, man.
bring it over here.
This might be, like I said, when we did the fantasy draft, not that a lot of our viewers got to really watch it because we really weren't taken off. We weren't really established at that point. But I made a comment when we were doing the draft, and I said, we got to bring one home for Bills Mafia. I mean,
Someone has to do it.
If Brandon Beane, Sean McDermott, and Josh Allen aren't going to get it done, well, Chris Griner and Travis Keene are going to do it here. And we're going to do what we can, man. I you know what, Travis?
5-game winning streak.
And I think in like the last five podcasts, I've done this,
It's only right.
and I've put it on the podcast. So I'm gonna do it again because we want to win again. So we want to be 7-1 after this week. But we're getting it done, man. We're
Hey,
getting
after
it done.
you guys, this is a tight race. It's a tight race at the bottom.
Hey, hey, man. Hey. Usually, in years past, from what I've seen in fantasy football, sometimes the top dog isn't the one that gets it done. Sometimes it's you dogs at the bottom.
We fucked up this week.
Yeah?
Yeah, because we had DK, but none of us seen the. I mean, there's 4 of us are crying out loud. You think someone would have seen the news and swapped them out, but none of us did.
Well, we thought thank God we won, but we thought we were smart, and we went after Mecole Hardman right away. 1 point.
Hey, but he came in and he was effective though.
Yeah, he was.
Hey, man, he had a nice little punt return.
We put JSN back on the bench, and then this was his best game yet with 16 points.
Oh, no, another fuck up we had. We put Zach Evans in the starting lineup because we thought he'd get touches with the Rams, but turned out we got the wrong Rams running back. Darrell Henderson, I think he had like 13 points. We had Josh Downs.
I keep forgetting he's still on the Rams.
25. We fucked up this week. Shout out you guys though.
Hey, man, we're trying. We're trying over here. 2 general
Even with
managers.
Jay Jettas is on IR, huh?
Hey,
Yeah.
just trying to get it done. We take it 1 week at a time, and there's some good team morale building here, man. We're really getting it done.
Take some notes, Bills.
Travis, short week for the Bills. Short week for the Bills.
Just in
Bills.
2 days.
And it's
Bucks coming to Buffalo.
It seems like I have no words. I hope the Bills can get off to a better start.
Is that your key to the game?
That might be my
Is
key
get off
the
to a hot
game.
start.
Get off to a hot start and don't wait until the second half to start scoring points. Help your defense out a little bit and score some points, man. I mean, this is brutal. I got no other keys to the game. Other than Josh Allen and the Bills come out and score some damn points. And how about on the first drive? I can't even remember the last time we did that. I'm sure it's not been that long.
Dolphins.
But just go out and get it done on the first drive. And start off hot for that defense, man. Is that going to be your key to the game too?
My key to the game is just all of you Buffalo Bills have a healthy breakfast. Get a good workout in before the game. It's a long day before 8 o'clock. Stay open-minded. And just go out there and play football like you've been doing your whole life. And it'll come to you.
Okay. All right.
Just don't upset us Bills fans. We have to go home.
Yeah,
We have to drive.
I would say we have to drive out of that parking lot, man. I don't look forward to it. It's my least favorite part, but I've been lucky the last couple of weeks, man. I've been really lucky about just sneaking out and getting out really fast. So
Yeah,
hopefully-
the ECC lot's no joke.
hopefully I get out. Hopefully the Bills' offense gets going as fast as I get out of the parking lot the last couple of weeks, and that's been fast. Because right now they're playing like how we used to pull out a lot 4 and get stuck in traffic for 3 hours. So
Not a
hopefully,
fun time.
Yeah, not a fun time. Not a fun time at all. But you know what was a fun time, Travis? This episode of the BillsAholic Pod. It's always a fun time on the BillsAholic Pod, man. I'm looking forward to this game. I am going to say this. I'm going to give John P. one more shout out because he's been into the whole time. He just texted me one more time. He says his key to the game, 11 personnel. They need to be in it at least 75% of the time of the game. I'm going to agree to that. I would like to see some 11 personnel. We already alluded to it with Dalton Kincaid in the slot. I'm also going to give John some love. John will be at the game this Sunday with McKenna and Casey. So that'll be a good time. Really looking forward to that. Looking forward to meeting up with them. And
Thursday,
yeah. Thursday.
I
The
didn't
second.
catch that.
Hey guys, it's that concussion that I just took a couple minutes ago.
Oh, you got a little bump too, dog.
Oh, dude, I'm sure I do. It really didn't even hurt
On
that
the other
bad
side.
though. On here,
Yup, right there. You don't feel that?
I'll probably feel it
You're
tomorrow.
not yourself when you're hungry, brother.
I'll probably feel it tomorrow. Babe, this is a fun episode on the BillsAholic Pod. It always is. I'm so mad. I'm smacking my head off the table. But as always, go Bills.
Go Bills.